Oh, Oxo beef Xbox. For flavoursome home cooking and a winking star-shaped smiley face with a fork for an eye, for tasty stock, dissolve 1/6 Oxo beef Oxo cube in 190 millilitres of boiling water. Ingredients: greatest first. First, Great Western Crossrail, no artificial preservatives for extra sizzle to your stir-fry. Crumble a beef cube into your stir-fry. When browning the beef, Robert Browning, the best is yet to be, for thence a paradox. Oh, the best is next to beef or mutton for flavoursome home cooking, and a winking star-shaped smiley face with a fork for an eye, and an X for a mouth, or did you say nose? Before X in the alphabet sex, before marriage in most sheep, jumping over the fence to get to sleep. The crossbars of the bike on the bridge. The original product was a viscous liquid containing only meat, extract, and 4% salt. In 1908, Oxo sponsored the London Olympic Games. The current version contains only 2% chicken extract, with the bulk of the flavour coming from its MSG and yeast extract. Oh, the idea of Oxo Tower lollies containing real frozen gravy, the Oxo Tower itself, crossbars of the bike on the bridge again. It was Waterloo Bridge. It was an email coming through to my phone that vibrated the image and wobbled it all over. Dog days are over the bridge, over troubled water like a crossrail. Oh, I mean a crossbar, like an X on another bike, on a wobbly Waterloo Bridge. Waterhole, no, Warhole. I mean, were they Oxo boxes? No, of course not. They were Brillo boxes, which reminds me of oxes, and the aleph, which is derived from the West Semitic word for ox, and the shape of the letter derives from a hieroglyph which depicts an ox's head containing only meat, 100% beef. Then there's Aleph, the short story by a man named George, who had bowed legs. It's about the time he saw a granule that contained all other granules at once. The front cover of the book is a detail of the central panel of the Garden of Earthly Delights. The artist's first name would probably have been pronounced Geronimus in his day, but I pronounce it Hieronymus, spelt with the same first 5 letters as the word hieroglyph. The combined image of the person riding the creature resembles the aforementioned symbol for the aleph, which is derived from the hieroglyph which depicts an ox's head containing only meat, 100% beef, and the artist's surname would have been pronounced Boss in his day, but I pronounce it Bosch or Box for the purposes of this presentation. Anyway, the story of the Aleph is about the time when George walked into the Oxo Tower during the great heatwave of July 2013 and started walking up the stairs. Under one of the steps he saw a small iridescent X-shaped cube of almost unbearable brownness. At first, George thought it was spinning, but then he realized that the movement was an illusion produced by the dizzying granular spectacles inside it. The Oxo cube was probably 2 or 3 centimeters in diameter, but then a different translation of the Aleph said that the illusion of the revolving X-shaped cube was created by the dizzying granular world it bounded, and its diameter was little more than an inch. Then the first translation said that universal space was contained inside it, with no diminution in size, and the second translation pretty much agreed that all space was there, actual and undiminished. Each thing a mirror's face, let us say, or let the other translation say, the glass surface of a mirror, let us say, was infinite things, because I could clearly see it from every point in the cosmos, since I distinctly saw it from every angle of the universe. Then George went on to describe everything he saw in the Aleph Cube, which at his own admission was where the writer's hopelessness or despair began. What George's eyes saw was simultaneous. What he wrote was successive, because language is successive. With this in mind, I will include both versions of his attempts to transmit to others the infinite Aleph Cube, so as to give at least two of his methods of translating into words the limitless Aleph Cube simultaneously, rather than just one. I saw the teeming sea, I saw the populous sea, I saw daybreak and nightfall, saw dawn and dusk, I saw the multitudes of America, saw the multitudes of the Americas, I saw a silvery cobweb in the centre of a black pyramid, saw a silvery spiderweb at the centre of a black pyramid. I saw a splintered labyrinth, it was London. Saw a broken labyrinth, it was London. I saw close up unending eyes watching themselves in me as in a mirror. Saw endless eyes all very close studying themselves in me as though in a mirror. I saw all the mirrors on earth and none of them reflected me. Saw all the mirrors on the planet and none of them reflecting me. I saw in a backyard on Solar Street, saw in a rear courtyard on Can Solaire, the same tiles, that 30 years I'd seen 20 years before I'd seen before in the entrance of a house in Fray Bentos, in the entryway of a house in Fray Bentos. I saw bunches of grapes, saw clusters of grapes, snow, tobacco, loads of metal, steam, veins of metal, water vapour. I saw convex equatorial deserts, and each one of their grains of sand. Saw convex equatorial deserts, and their every grain of sand. I saw a woman in Inverness who I shall never forget. Saw a woman in Inverness whom I shall never forget. I saw her tangled hair, saw her violent hair, her tall figure, her haughty body. I saw the cancer in her breast, saw a cancer in her breast. I saw a ring of baked mud, saw a circle of dry soil in a sidewalk within a sidewalk, where before there had been a tree, where there before had once been a tree. I saw a summer house in a drog, saw a country house in a drog, and a copy of the first English translation of Pliny Philomen Hollands saw a copy of the first English translation of Pliny Philomen Hollands and all at the same time saw each letter on each page, saw every letter of every page at once. As a boy I used to marvel, as a boy I would be astounded that the letters in a closed book did not get scrambled, that the letters in a closed book didn't get all scrambled up. And lost overnight, together overnight, I saw a sunset in Kotaro that seemed to reflect the colour of a rose in Bengal. Saw a sunset in Kotaro that seemed to reflect the colour of a rose in Bengal. I saw my empty bedroom, saw my bedroom with no one in it. I saw in a closet in Alkmaar, saw in a study in Alkmaar, a terrestrial globe between a globe of the terraqueous world, placed between two mirrors that multiplied it endlessly, two mirrors that multiplied it endlessly. I saw horses with flowing manes, saw horses with wind-whipped manes. On a shore of the Caspian Sea at dawn, on a beach in the Caspian Sea at dawn, I saw the delicate bone structure of a hand, saw the delicate bones of a hand, saw the survivors of a battle sending postcards. I saw in a showcase in Mirzapur a pack of Spanish playing cards, saw a tarot card in a window shop in Mirzapur. I saw the slanting shadows of ferns on a greenhouse floor, saw the oblique shadows of ferns on the floor of a greenhouse. I saw tigers, pistons, bisons, tides and armies. I saw all the ants on the planet, saw all the ants on the earth. I saw a Persian astrolabe, saw a Persian astrolabe. I saw in the drawer of a writing table, and the handwriting made me tremble. Saw in a desk drawer, and the handwriting made me tremble. Unbelievable, obscene, detailed letters. Obscene, incredible, detailed letters which Beatrice had written to Carlos Argentino, that Beatrice had sent Carlos Argentino. I saw a monument I worshipped in the Chacarita cemetery. Saw a beloved monument in Chacarita. I saw the rotted dust and bones that had once deliciously been Beatrice Viterbo, saw the horrendous remains of what had once deliciously been Beatrice Viterbo. I saw the circulation of my own dark blood, saw the circulation of my dark blood. I saw the coupling of love and the modification of death, saw the coils and springs of love and the alterations of death. I saw the Aleph from every point and angle, saw the Aleph from everywhere at once, and in the Aleph I saw the earth, and in the earth the Aleph, saw the earth in the Aleph, and the Aleph once more in the earth, and in the Aleph the earth, and the earth in the Aleph. I saw my own face and my own bowels, saw my face and my viscera. I saw your face, saw your face, and I felt dizzy and wept, and I felt dizzy and I wept, for my eyes had seen that secret and conjectured object, because my eyes had seen that secret hypothetical object whose name is common to all men, whose name has been usurped by men, but which no man has looked upon, but which no man has ever truly looked upon, the unimaginable, the inconceivable, universe. Universe. George left the Oxo Tower and subsequently married a knock-kneed woman, and they walked across Waterloo Bridge into the sunset that reflected the colour of a rose, and the shadows of their legs spelt Oxo. The end.